wanted to ask a few questions of great-grandma and great-grandpa. Okay? We wanted to ask what life was like with their first son, Lloyd. You know? Let's start from the beginning. How did you two first meet?
She come down on my front porch.
No, I had a girlfriend.
You had a girlfriend?
Lived next door to those people. He was living with his sister in the same subdivision. I had been there a long time before they moved in. And she was real friendly with me, so she got to know him first, so she offered to bring me down and meet him.
Oh, so you stole him away from her?
No, not really, no.
No.
No. But she knew him before I did. That's where it really started.
So how long did you go out before you got married?
3 months.
3 months.
It was a fast marriage.
Oh.
Fast. Short engagement. Your mother was saying that you'd be interested to know where the word Blake come from.
Yeah.
Marysville, Ohio is where it started. That's my mother's maiden name. And she had sisters and brothers down there. I think the grandfather's mother must have been dead because I don't recollect her at all. At a farm there. He'd take me down there most every summer, and they had a grandmother. I think her name was
Wetzel.
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 And her sister was taking care of her, and she'd sit in this rocking chair on the porch. She had to carry her in and out, 103 years old. Between her age and my age, we go way, way back. Just about the same age as that inn they took us to there. Well, the 1800s at least.
1700 that was.
Anyway, she'd tell me Indian stories. As a little girl, why the Indians were quite common then. But that's right close to you, Marysville.
Ohio.
Have we been there, Don?
I don't think so.
It was a quaint little town. But grandfather, he believed in everybody working, and of course I was only 5 or 6 at that time. The other kids were older, 2 sisters and a brother. And he'd take us over to the berry farm. And of course all I did was eat them, and the berry guy, the guy who owned the farm, he didn't particularly want to see me come there. But he was into these old race horses. And he used them to go to town to get the swill for the pigs. And they had the railroad paralleled the road about a block away, a short block. Anyway, he starts across this trestle bridge with that racehorse, and of course I went with him. He had a 5-gallon milk can in the back for the swill. And that engineer was crossing the bridge over there. He let go of the whistle. That racehorse started up that trestle. I didn't know what to do.
Here's his grandpa holding back on the horse.
Well, I'll tell you, and that river down below, yeah. I've had some close calls, and then we're out there, I guess it was either Cass Lake or Elizabeth Lake. The old man had a cottage out there, and the neighbor was going to go over to the store, the other far side of the lake. Come up one of them storms. Man, I didn't think we were going to make it back to shore. Out in the middle of that lake with that boat. Yeah.
What was the first job you ever remember having? When you got paid?
Hayes File Company, 20 cents an hour.
20 cents an hour.
Part-time. They started out, I was hired as a delivery boy with a Model T pickup. And it had those high-pressure clincher tires. You've probably seen them. And my job was to deliver the files. Well, that's it. I just work a half a day. I was supposed to be going to school, but I actually had quit. So I was 17. No, well, around 17. Anyway, in 0 day with this Model T with the side curtains flapping, you know, going down there, 4th Street and all Jefferson, they had them streetcar tracks. And if you got that thing parallel to the track, you lost your tire. You couldn't pull it right off. It was just the right size. Talk about getting cold. That was really something. Anyway, then I graduated to cutting files. You got a chisel on a machine there. It comes down, and as you is you climb up. He put me on edge cutting first, and you have to climb up, and you got to relieve the tension as you come to the heavier part of the file, see? Or otherwise it'll be a second if you hit her too deep. Well, that took me a long time to catch on to that. But anyway, by the time I left there, I told him the first week I'd have to have a raise. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. But when I got the next pay envelope, I was ready to quit. But if I see it was a different sum of money, he gave me 2-cent raise right up to the time I left and went out to Ford. I got him up to 50 cents an hour.
Should have stayed with him.
And he let, that was hard times then, he let the office girl go, he let the salesman go, but he kept me. And up to that time, I'd just been driving Model A's, you know. I had a Model A coupe. Anyway, one day he says he wanted me to go to the bank. He had a 28 Chevy with a stick shift. I never drove a stick shift before. I went up